as we have already learned about resistors, now let's see what happens when we put some resistors together. There are two ways you can put resistors together. One is series and another is parallel. So let me explain to you what is series and what is parallel. This is the symbol of a resistor. When resistors are connected in a straight line, they are known as series. So now let's see what a parallel is. When resistors are connected one beside the other, this is in a parallel manner. It is called a parallel connection. So now to save time, I have already connected the resistors in series. So I have a question for you. In which case will the light glow brighter? In series or in parallel? So let's see what will be the result in series. Oh, it's very dull. So now let's see in parallel. So now I have connected it in parallel. So now let's see which one will allow the light to glow brighter. It's brighter when it's parallel. Just look at your answer. Is it right or not? If it's right, very good. But if it's wrong also, no problem. So now we saw that when we put the resistor in series, the light is very dim. And when we put it in parallel, it's very bright. But now let's see why is it like that. So let's go back to our highway analogy. If I put a speed breaker here, the car which is going at 100 km per hour will travel at 80 km per hour. Now here, if I add one more speed breaker, it will go at 50 km per hour. And if I add another speed breaker, it will go at 30 or maybe 20 km per hour. So the same thing applies in a circuit. When we put more resistors, the flow of electricity reduces like when we put more speed breakers in the highway. The speed of the car reduces. Now let us see why when we connect the resistors in parallel, the light glows brighter. So now let's take a wider road. And let me put a small speed breaker here and let me put a slightly bigger speed breaker next to it. Then let me put an even bigger speed breaker right next to it. So when a car travels on this road, as soon as it finds a large speed breaker, it will turn and move towards the smaller speed breaker. Here's another car. This one will travel straight through the small speed breaker too. So you can see that all the cars prefer to travel to the smaller speed breaker. But what if there is no space for a car to travel through the smaller speed breaker? It will have to take the one beside it. Now what if the first and the second speed breaker are both occupied? Then the car will have to travel through the third speed breaker, which is the largest speed breaker. So most of the cars will try to go through the smaller speed breaker, but some of them have no choice, so they have to travel through the second or the third one. So that's the same thing in a circuit. When the electricity is flowing, it will try its best to travel through the 3.3k ohm resistor. But some of them will have to go through the 10k and the 20k resistor. When resistors are connected in a parallel, what happens is most of the electricity will try to go through the smallest resistor. So the current will flow through all the three resistors, that is the first, second and third resistor. So when it comes out, the total current will be more. That's why the light is very bright when they are connected in a parallel. If you like this video, then please hit the subscribe button and then I will notify you when I add my next video.